Welcome to 30 and Nerdy, our Christmas Day special.
Happy Merry Christmas.
Happy Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
And with this episode, we are going to go through our favorite games and the game of the year. So this isn't going to be a super long episode, I don't think, but maybe it will, because who knows with us. We just like to blabber on. So I'm going to try and go through quickly all the main kind of releases and games. Are you going to be able to keep this up the whole time, Brady?
Okay, that's probably enough.
All right. So, like Street Fighter V came out in January.
People still play
Street Fighter 5
heck
came
yes.
out this year?
Yep. In January.
God,
I thought
Celeste
people would
came
still
out.
be playing Street Fighter 2.
it's the best.
I'm sure there are some. Monster Hunter World came out January
Hell
26th.
yeah, it's my that's a contender for me.
That's one of my contenders. I can do that because I'm Italian.
I mean, there's tons of games that came out. There's Dragon Ball Fighter Z that came out as well. Then we're moving into the next month. So I'm going to skip over a lot of games probably. So if I miss
That's
the game
cool.
that you like, I'm just trying to hit some of the main ones in my idea of what games I think were probably the top ones.
Didn't Dark Souls Remastered come out this year?
Yes, but not yet because we're just into February. Shadows of the Colossus remake came out.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Let's see here. Civilization 6 Rise and Fall came out. Dynasty Warriors 9 came out. No.
At first, when you said Dynasty, I thought Duck Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Looks like Bayonetta got re-released, and then Bayonetta 2. Age of Empires Definitive Edition came out, so that was the remake of the game of like the early 2000s or late 1990s, which I think I actually picked that up because I love Age of Empires. Let's see here. Layers of Fear. That was not a scary game. Let's see here. So that will not be the winner of this year's Game of the Year award. At least not for me. Maybe from AJ.
Stinker of the year.
Yeah. Then we move into the last month of the first quarter, March. And
I came out 25 years ago.
I can just imagine you barreling out of your mother's puss like, hey!
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered came out. There wasn't really Burnout Paradise Remastered came out the 16th, so that's a pretty big one. Well, not big, but I mean, one of the good ones because there doesn't really seem to be very many. Devil May Cry.
Yeah, that's kind of the slow.
Yeah. Warhammer Vermintide 2 came out, but that's, I mean, once again, not a Far Cry 5, so that is a big one.
Oh, that was March?
Yep. March 27th. Outlast 2.
Feels like so long ago.
And looks like that may be everything. I mean, like I said, I'm going to miss a lot of games because a lot of games come out in every year. But then we move to April through June. So in April, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice it came out.
Oh, yeah.
Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia. I mean, and
What the
that's
hell are these games you're saying? None of them
some
are
of
God
our
of
PC.
War.
None of them are God of War.
Mega Man Legacy Collection came out.
Oh,
Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 came out.
Forgot about that too.
Basically 2 days apart. So the same day, excuse me. Sorry, I was looking at one. The Elder Scrolls Online Somerset came out.
I played that for like a day.
Biohazard 7 Resident Evil came out. Cloud version. Not sure what that is, but it's a version of the Resident Evil 7.
It takes place on a cloud, man.
Hell yeah.
Persona
Boo.
4 Dancing All Night came out.
Boo.
Let's see here. Detroit Become Human. So that's a pretty big one. Love them or hate them, David Fincher games are not bad. At least I like watching them. I don't really do well playing them.
Yeah.
I do a lot better just watching them and watching somebody else make all the decisions. Because once I get into the QTEs and I'm just like, oh, and all my characters die.
Yep.
Let's see here. Agony, which that was, I think, that kind of horror shooter set in hell.
It was terrible.
It was kind of fun to watch, though, at least for like the tiny little clips. But yeah, it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Super gross, actually. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on the 29th. And then we're into June. And this one had Vampire spelled Vampyr. I kind of wanted to play that one, but I never got a chance to. So I'm hoping I'll find it somewhere on kind of a discount shelf somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I think that's the one where you played a doctor who's a vampire, if I remember correctly. Then a big one for me that I still haven't picked up, but I really want to, is a Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. Just because I love Diablo 3 and Diablo 2, and I just like that kind of loot grab game. And set in the grimdark future. I like it. Fallout Shelter on the PS4 came out. Wow.
So last good Bethesda release.
Oh!
Unravel 2 came out. So that was the indie developer with Unravel 1. Nier Automata came out.
Still been meaning to play that.
I
like
thought
that.
you just said boo Japanese. Like,
I hate the Persona games.
have you ever played one?
No, I just know I'd hate it.
Okay.
Because Brock likes them.
Crash Bandicoot Insane
Hell
Trail
yeah, now
Trilogy.
we're talking.
The Crew 2.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. I forgot about that game.
Me too. That's this year?
Yeah.
Hellfire, man. Shit.
Then we're into July through September.
All this entire period, I was unemployed. What a time. I like not having a job.
I'm trying to find at least one or two good ones in the Mega Man X Legacy Collection.
God of
No Man's
War.
Sky,
Yeah.
July 24th. Xbox O, so I'm assuming that was Xbox Online or Xbox.
One.
Oh, one. There you go. That makes sense. Let's see here. Hello Neighbor. That was a big.
Hello, neighbor.
That was a big
They
streaming one.
changed that game a lot.
Sure did.
Used to be just like a single player escape game, and now it's like a multiplayer weird.
And
Get
then
away
surprisingly,
from the rapist.
Yeah.
then let's see here. In August was a little bit better because this is when we officially got Dead Cells to be released. So technically, it could win Game of the Year 2 years in a row for us
Yeah.
because it was our Game of the Year last year.
It was.
In the not pre-alpha, but
Release.
yeah, whatever, the early access.
Early access. Yeah.
But Yakuza 0. So Dead Cells, like we said. Overcooked 2. That's always Overcooked is a game I'm bad at, but I, once again, like watching other people play and destroy their
it's
friendships.
So rage-inducing.
Monster Hunter World for Windows came out. So Yakuza 3 for PS4. Big one here, Madden NFL 19.
Madden.
I'll dab for that.
Help me too.
We Happy Few came out
Oh,
on
Well,
August
we
10th.
completely missed
I
that
didn't know.
one.
I thought it was still.
World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth came out on the 14th. And I heard they're kind of messing things up, but that's what everybody says about every expansion pack. I'll believe it when I play it. Let's see here. Shenmue and Shenmue 2 were re-released.
Like Shenmue. I don't know. Down out.
When I first saw you.
Yakuza Kiwami 2. I always want to play the Yakuza ones just because I've always heard good things about them, but I just never have gotten around to playing them.
Frickin' do it.
Let's freaking do it.
Frickin' do it.
I think we should do one whole episode or one whole show where we do that just to see how many listens we don't get. Valley Girl.
I don't care. I don't freaking care.
I could probably keep it up for like maybe 30 minutes before I just got too
That's what she
sick.
said.
Hey.
Oh my God, you're so dirty.
You got
Then,
mud in your pussy.
You're a mud pussy.
what is that? We're coining new phrases here. That's another
Yeah.
T-shirt, baby.
Don't call me that. Your mom's a mud pussy. Fuck yeah. Fuck you.
Fuck you, you mud pussy.
We'll just have to have like maybe a cat sitting in a puddle of mud.
That could be our.
That's the T-shirt.
Our
So
T-shirt
it's a
line.
clean T-shirt, but
Get your mud pussy shirt today.
so we're renaming 30 Nerdy to Mud Pussy. Is that our?
Hell yeah.
Welcome to Mud Pussy.
We could do a sketch group called Mud Pussy.
Are you a mud pussy? You
Damn
could be,
straight.
that could be the name of our fan club. Yeah, I'm a mud pussy.
Mud Pussy United. 30 and nerdy.
Dragon Quest 11 came out in August. Gone Home for Nintendo Switch came out, which that was a beautiful game. Love that game. Spider-Man for PS4 came out on August 7th.
Where the hell's
Powder.
God of War? I
I'm sure it's coming, or maybe I missed it.
think you missed it.
Let's see here. Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out on the 14th. The Bard's Tale 4, which I really want to play that one. Burrows Deep came out on the 18th.
Destiny, what's that? Forsaken.
I think that might be at the end of the month.
September.
South Park: The Stick of Truth came out. Valkyria Chronicles 4 came out. The Walking Dead: The Final Season, which I guess is a good thing because it's no longer there.
The games are good. The show is.
Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 Roads came out. Then we're into October, and Forza 4 came out. Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out. Mega Man 11.
Still bummed.
So October was a really good month, I think. Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Better Goops.
Okay, I feel like I missed. I had to have missed God of War. Dark Souls Remastered came out. Soul Calibur 6 came out.
God. Oh,
Red Dead Redemption 2 came out.
boy.
Let's see here.
Oh,
then we're
shit.
into
Oh, Chinese Ninja Warrior, with your heart so
The Racine came out
cold.
in November.
Sub-Zero.
Hitman 2. And I'll just have to look up when God of War came out. Darksiders 3 came
Oh,
out.
life is a mystery.
Just Cause 4 in December.
Hey, that's now.
And then, yeah. Because then we're basically up to where we are.
Oh, shit.
So we're
What's up?
So God of War was the only one I missed. And I'm not sure how I,
Missed it?
yeah.
Oh, well.
God of War 4
I
release
want to say
date.
it was like
That was released in
February.
April of 2018. So somehow I missed that one, but God of War. Boy. So all those to say, in that long list, and probably you fell asleep like the genealogies of the Silmarillion that we were talking about in a
Different episode.
Hey, if we should all do a Patreon goal of all read a little bit of the Silmarillion every week
Yeah, I would do that.
for the listeners.
People wouldn't like it, but I would do it.
It's like how Marcus reads the Bible for last podcast.
Yeah.
Which is more, we could have a boring off between us and them.
But needless to say, there's been a lot of good games that came out. Dead Cells, once again,
I
is a
played
great
more
game.
of them than I thought I had. I forgot about the first half of the year.
But I think we'll go around just round robin.
Sorry, I'm burpy.
Are we doing like a top 5 or
I
just
think like a top 3.
top 3?
and then pick your
top
best.
3 is a good number. All right. David, do you know yours? Or at least number 3?
Number 3 for me is probably going to be Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I haven't finished it, but I like it enough that it's just a absolutely gorgeous game that I don't mind sinking a lot of time into. I just haven't had the time to put that sink into because it's just like if I wanted to play, what is it? Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
I need to set aside time because it's going to take me time to go all the way across town to finish one quest. Or to goof around and be like, oh, I want to fly a copter into the sea.
Yeah.
And so it takes you time to do anything and everything in that game. So you just need to carve out that time. I just haven't had it.
Mm-hmm.
So probably Red Dead Redemption 2 would be my number 3.
What's your number 3, Brady?
Monster Hunter World. It's my first ever foray into the series. I've watched my friend John play previous entries quite a few times, and now that it's on consoles, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it, and it is so fun. It's a hell of a grind, though, but it's rewarding. You go out, I need to kill this monster to get this piece of gear, so I can craft it. You do it, and that's a rewarding grind, Bungie. But it's got a high learning curve because they really don't tell you how to do anything, which is fine. You kind of learn as you go, but it's so fun, especially playing with friends. You go, this giant monster you have to kill, and there's no way we're going to kill it, and then like 3 minutes later, it's dead, and you're like,
Huh.
It's great. It's a fun game.
Fun.
Looks beautiful. It's fun to play. The controls are great. I think the DLC's all been free. Or most of it has. Like, they keep adding new encounters and stuff in, which is cool. It's a pretty fun game. I would highly recommend it. Anyone who hasn't tried it since January or February when it came out. 10 months ago.
Number
Done?
3 for AJ.
Number 3 for AJ.
Dead Cells. It's a game that I keep coming back to whenever I've got 20, 30 minutes to spare. I could probably get in a couple of tries. I know on one run I got almost to the end and then screwed it up during a boss fight, of course, and that just, it killed me. That and I had the malaise, so...
In that game, is there like a clear-cut path you have to follow, or is it like, I want to go do extra stuff, or I want to do a beeline to the end?
There's easy routes and hard routes to the end.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like other platformer games where it's like, oh, you get all these bonus worlds and stuff, or if you
Now, is there any DLC for it?
Not yet. And I don't know if they plan on having DLC for it or not. Because once you beat the game, I mean, there's still
Tons of stuff
you
to
need
do.
to unlock. There's...
Can you, like, New Game Plus it, basically?
Yeah. There's stuff to unlock. There's challenge runs. There's...
I really want to get that game. I just am holding off just because I have so much other stuff that I need to play that... So it's just one more thing that like, oh, I bought it. Okay, now it's going to sit there like
Yep,
everything else.
wait in line.
But yeah,
I don't know,
I love watching you play it.
For me, it's just something nice to have sitting around.
I think I'm a weird voyeur, just like watching other people play video games.
That's mostly what I do.
Do you like to watch?
I blame my sisters because I used to watch them play Dragon Quest whatever way back on the NES, and I loved it. And I think that was the first pre-YouTube me just sitting on, oh, I could watch this for hours, even though it's just Nintendo graphics and sitting there watching them kill little blue or red Hershey Kisses or whatever they were in that game. Little blobs.
What are they called?
Sprites.
Something like that. You just go on Twitch now and do that, though. Any game you want.
I think that's really cool. We live in a special age.
We live in a society.
God damn it. So at number 2 for me, because now we're going to cycle back.
Oh.
around.
Swing it back like a boomerang.
Hell yeah. I'm going to go with... All right, if I had bought it this year, it would be Dark Souls Remastered. But I didn't have the money.
Well, who cares? You can still say it this year because you know the game. You know it's going to be beautiful.
That's true.
Who cares?
But they
This is our
did-
show. We do what we
They
want, AJ.
didn't really fix any of the controls or anything.
Yeah, but then
Didn't need
it...
to.
I
Yeah.
know, but some things.
I mean, you want... Because if you changed it too much, then everybody who came back to expecting it to feel the same way
That's true.
would just be like, oh, I just rolled off a cliff. Oh, I just rolled off a cliff again. Oh, I hate this game. Don't buy it. Terrible reviews. So I think they just... I don't know. I think...
You're not
they-
Final Fantasy VII, you know?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that.
But instead, I'll name a game that I do have, and that will be Destiny 2 Forsaken.
Nice.
Because damn, did I drop a ton of time into Destiny this year. And
Yeah.
Destiny 2's Forsaken just pooped it up the chute hole. Made it real good.
It saved the game for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which is what I think the last in Destiny 1, I think that's what...
The Taken King was. Yep.
And I don't understand why they do that. It's like everybody loves the game. Yay! It ends on a high note. Destiny 2 comes out. Everybody buys it. No, everybody hates it. Come out with DLC later. Everybody loves it. Brings it back. I don't get it, but...
Destiny 3 is going to come out. We're going to love it at first, and then we're going to hate it.
I don't ever have that problem with Destiny. It's just that it's not that I go into it and I hate it. I like the story. I love the story of Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I love the first 15 minutes when you lost your power. Had I not been playing it in I could cry during that just because it was that kind of. It had that beautiful music. It was that powerful. It just was gorgeous. I loved everything about it. I loved the story to it. I thought that the boss battles were.
I've done it 6 times now.
Okay, but the first time I loved it. If I had to do it 6 times, then I might get a little tedious after that.
It's so bad. It makes me want to cry thinking about it. I still have to go through the new campaign with my hunter, and I'm just like, I don't want to do any more story grinding.
I'll do it with you.
All right.
But yeah, Destiny 2, I loved it. That's the one game that I think my son, besides when I play Red Dead Redemption 2, he will sit down, but I can't have him sit down and play Red Dead Redemption 2 because there's horrible things in that game. Don't even be like, why are you
see the horsies, Daddy?
Yeah, why are you skinning that horse? Because I fell off the cliff and he died, and I want his skin and meat. And I don't want to go back to my save.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go get a new horse. Why'd you shoot that guy in the face? Because you looked at me funny.
Pretty much, yeah. If you look at me funny or mouth talk to me,
Why'd you run over that rabbit with your horse? He was in the way. All these questions I don't want to have to answer. I just want to play. But in the beginning of Destiny 2, he sat there and said nothing. So that says something of the power of Destiny 2. That it was able to grip a 3-year-old who has borderline ADHD or just a bazillion pounds of energy. Probably both.
Both.
But yes, Destiny 2. Excellent pick. Loved it.
Thank you.
Lock it in.
Locked in.
Send it.
I'm tempted to say Destiny, but I don't think I need to put it on a list to validate it for myself. So I'm going to say a game we all loved and played the poop out of was Far Cry 5 for my number 2.
Whoa.
And this is hard. It was either that or Forza Horizon 4. And just, I don't know, something about Far Cry 5, I still want to go back to it. Maybe it's just the sound of that menu music, or knowing that all 3 of us could play at one time. It was fun. It was just, I would sit for 12 hours straight playing that game.
Yeah, I dumped so much time into that.
That game, Destiny, and maybe Forza to a lesser extent are the only games this year that have made me play for that long.
Wow.
And it's just great. And man, I kind of want to go back to it, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I beat it. I finished it. Shut and close. Because there's multiplayer that, I mean...
Yeah, the multiplayer. The only reason I play the multiplayer is to just get the achievement.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to win.
I mean, the game, it wasn't perfect. Like the constantly getting, it's time for a story mode to happen. We're going to hunt you down and
there were those,
and there's no way to stop it.
There were a few ways.
Like, that was dumb.
The guys who shot the darts, you couldn't escape them. But there were like times you could... Actually, no.
You could hide sometimes.
Sometimes. But I remember there's one time where I was in like a helicopter.
Yeah.
And then they shot me. It's like... I'm in a helicopter. I ran to my helicopter because I knew that they were coming. I was like, like way up. You couldn't hit me, even if your dart made it into my helicopter. But it did, and so then I got taken.
What's the chick's name?
Faith.
Faith. It happened to me in Faith's area in a helicopter. I would just be flying, and then
all of a sudden,
all the screens going wobbly. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, but I mean, with all of its quirks, it's still fun, and I love it.
I'd have to say I agree. That was an amazing game.
And getting to command a bear and a mountain lion at the same time.
The bear was pretty fun.
What's his name?
Cheeseburger. Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
There you go. Game of the year.
I still wish he could have gotten into a car with you. I would have loved to have seen that. Just hopping into some like giant bear into a tiny car, and your car just kind of jacks up in the back.
That game, it was so fun.
I think my number.
It's a shame that the DLCs have all sucked.
Yeah, I almost pulled the trigger on getting the DLC. I was like, I really want to play at least a zombie one, just because I like zombies.
Yeah,
but maybe someday. But probably what I'll do is I'll just wait till New Dawn comes out and be like, oh, here's my DLC.
Yeah, another game.
Yeah. Let's see here. So I am on number 2, which is Forza Horizon 4, and I must say
beautiful game.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Incredible.
I didn't like it. I spent a lot of time in winter for my own fault because I wasn't pushing the season along. I was just doing a bunch of dumb stuff. And then I finally was like, I really need to get, because I didn't like the snow. I liked it, but I didn't like it.
Well, once you get past all the opening, then you're in the open world stuff. It's just you have to wait a week.
Yep. And
And that's when you buy a Jeep Trail Cat and boost it up all the way, and then your snow's fine.
the cars were amazing. Are amazing, excuse me. I enjoy that you can sell stuff on the auction house. I really wish that you would be able to, because I mean, right when the game came out, there was lots of little glitches and hacks that you could do. Like certain cars that you would win had slots in them that you could buy with your little perk points, and then you would get like, do this and get 100,000 gold or $100,000, and then do this one and get 250,000. So a car that you bought on the auction house for like 10,000, you got 350,000 from.
Yeah.
But the annoying thing is that everybody would just like re-up them, so then those perks were already bought, so you can't rebuy them, and so it just is like, well, it's annoying. So there were a few minor things, like I would like to be able to just delete cars on my garage.
You can.
Okay, I didn't know if you could or not.
Yeah. Yeah, because nobody's going to buy that utility van you have, the GMC van or whatever.
See, I like souping those cars up just for fun. Just they're like they're sleepers. But yeah, Forza, I had the most fun of just driving off into the, like my kids were like, why aren't you driving around the roads? Because I would just take my Lamborghini and just drive in a straight path towards wherever I was trying to go, and just building up perk points and trying not to hit trees.
Yep.
Have they said anything about DLC yet?
I thought there was DLC that just came out.
Was there? I haven't been keeping up. Knowing how good Forza Horizon 3's DLC is, or was, this they have a large bar to get past. The Hot Wheels one alone was amazingly fun. Like Snow Mountain was should have been in the game, like it kind of is now with Seasons.
Yeah,
I mean it's fun. It offers a different challenge, but nothing compares to Hot Wheels. Just being able to go upside down.
So yeah, December 13th is when they released the Fortune Island expansions.
Well, cool.
And then expansion 2 is
Christmas Miracle.
is coming in within the first half of 2019 for the second.
Dank mems.
And let's hear. The expansion includes a new location, new cars, a new campaign, new event types, additional achievements, and a barn find. Which the barn finds are fun. The annoying thing is I wish you could enact them by yourself, because I was like, because I looked it up because I knew there were barn finds. I didn't realize you had to just get the quests. I just thought you could be like, oh, hey, I ran across this thing. Yeah.
Oh.
So then I looked them up and I was like slamming into the barns, and I was like, I know there's a car in there.
Yeah. But you go in as fast as you can and the cutscene doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And
Then finally I looked it up and was like, you'll get this when somebody calls you on the phone. I'm like, hey, I heard a rumor.
Yeah.
It's like, son of a gun.
See, I like the barn finds a lot more in 4 than 3, because it seems like 3 is just like super old cars that are cool and historic, but
they aren't good.
I'm never going to use it. Like,
there were a couple
$10 million Ferrari in Horizon 3, but it goes like 90 miles an hour. I'm not going to use it. But now you get that Lotus,
yeah,
black one. That thing is gnarly, and it shreds right from the get-go without souping it up.
Yeah, and the cars in that are just so good.
Yeah.
And I like the paint schemes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Forza 4 is my
we should start saying Horizon 4.
Horizon 4. Yeah.
I slipped and said that, and I think it's a good thing.
But that's my number 2. So my number 1.
That's your number 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My number 1 is Far Cry 5. And as we've said, that is just, it's a gorgeous game. That's, like I said in past episodes, that's the only game I literally took a helicopter and would fly 150 meters, land, just so I would have no gray areas, and maybe want to find all the stuff, play it, replay it.
And no game made me get that emotionally invested into a story where the first time you saw the yes guy, you're like, I can't wait to kill that piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, he was a piece of shit.
My whole life's been trying to find more things to say yes to. Well, say yes to me fucking killing you, idiot.
But yeah, I just in all 3 of those, Faith was the only one who didn't really want to kill, but that's just because she was cute.
Smoking hot.
But
got big boners.
But the other 2, I really enjoyed pushing to the end, and now I'm really excited for New Dawn, just to see how they further the story, especially with Jacob Seed. or Joseph Seed.
And I was
J
hope
Seed,
it's
whatever his name
insane
is.
and crazy.
Yeah, I just wanted because I loved it. I loved it being able to have stealth. I loved the upgrade system. I just liked everything. It wasn't perfect, like you said, but it was. I don't mean this the way it'll sound, but it was good enough to where those didn't matter.
Yeah, you could look past it.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it was fun. So that's my number one game of the year. I pumped a lot of time into it and loved every second of it. I woke up early just so I could play that game.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed late. And then I woke up early. And then
And the fishing mechanics.
Yeah, the fishing was fun.
Oh, it's so fun.
I was kind of annoyed that you can only carry like 3 of each fish or something like that, but still.
You level that up.
Yeah.
You get like 10 sturgeon.
Sell
farm
'em.
for money.
Yep.
All right, is that all?
Yep, that's my top 3 with game of the year to be announced after everybody gets their number 1. Well,
My number 1 is Halo 2. Released 14 years ago. Your turn, AJ. No. This is hard because one I've played and one I haven't played. And I kind of want to do a tied for first because one I haven't gotten to play it. But concrete, have played it, is God of War.
and see, that was my kind of tied for number 2, but it wasn't good enough for me. I mean, it was great, don't get me wrong, but I love Far Cry 5.
Personally, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
that's
that was
fine.
my number, kind of tied for number 2. That was amazing.
But I love that they went in they kind of, I guess it was a reboot.
Yeah,
And they didn't just rest on their laurels and, oh, we're going to do the same game again. It was
Yeah.
over the shoulder, third person, single camera shot. Technically, if you don't pause or not play. The combat was super smooth,
Yeah.
intuitive, hectic.
and I liked that they kind of kept it the same, but changed it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still
It feels a lot
the
more
button
refined.
smash, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, especially to have the axe instead of the blades of Sparta or the blades of whatever, Hades or
Yeah.
whatever they were called. And I like that
Which you might maybe edit this out, spoiler, but you do get those later.
Yeah.
On. But yeah, I saw them in a video. I'm like, well, okay.
yeah, I enjoyed that they went to like the more RPG-ish and just kind of gave it that reboot of being able to spend points into
Oh,
talents and
there's-
stuff like that.
There's so much
And it's-
you can upgrade and change. It's like almost overwhelming.
Yeah, and I like the crafting. I enjoy that. I really like that they made him a lot more human.
Yeah.
Uh,
And you don't.
the graphics helped with that a lot. I like the beard, made him less weird, more
Yeah.
human, and just
More
his
badass.
relationship. Yeah, that too.
More human than human.
Yeah.
And I like the relationships with him and his son. Him having a wife made him more. I enjoyed the reboot the direction they pushed it in.
Yeah, and the fact that you are the God of War, you're the absolute badass. But there was I picked it up some point this week, and there's this room I went in, and there was this humongous, like skeletal looking dragon, just chained. My son's like blah 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 blah, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna leave. Come on, boy, don't look it in the eye. I'm like, there's no chance in hell I'm trying to fight that thing. And I love that it's like a pseudo linear open world because it's not just I'm gonna go here. It's like a hub.
Yeah, that
That is
you can kind of
open
go out
and
and
is
back
branching.
and forth. Yeah,
Because I'm kind of tired of open world games. Like they have a place in my heart, but at the same time, sometimes I just want to be on a story rail.
Yeah.
Where you do this, do that, do this. Because then it's like you have that stress of FOMO, fear of missing out. It's like, oh, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I'm just going to have to play God of War, is just blast through the story. Come back for the bits and pieces I miss along the way.
Yep.
That's great. I love it's. Like I thought it's tied for like with Red Dead 2 for being one of the best looking games
yeah, it is gorgeous.
maybe ever on a console at least. And it's I could talk for hours about how much I love it.
We should do a
but
God
I
of
won't.
War episode.
Yeah.
That'll be a one when AJ's not here, or you can be here if you want to, AJ.
Is your face okay?
Why do you ask?
You just that happens like you look like the Godfather. Just like you're smelling something gross. You're just
He probably farted. He foofied.
it's just so funny. Look over here.
Looked like I smelled somebody's vinegar.
Oh, look what they did to my boy. Look what
My
they did.
Boy.
All right, and you're number one, AJ.
Far Cry 5.
Hell yeah. Help me, faith. Help me, faith. Na 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 na.
And I was
What can I say about this game that hasn't already been said?
Take me to the place.
I do not know.
It was wonderful. It was fun. It was a game I came home and I would play religiously.
Two. Because it's a religious game.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Good catch, David.
And I did like the
Swing
outrage that came with this game about, was it that people were saying that it was supporting Trump or something like that?
Yo, you're shooting Trump supporters.
Oh yeah, or
It's
that
like, well,
people
if that's how you see yourself, then
more
you're-
power to you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's supposed to be us. Like, well, if that's what you are, you're pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Well,
if you're trying to bring about the end of the world,
Yeah.
for a new, better one that nukes are gonna do it, then yeah. It's,
Well, there is that one quest that's like, what, make Montana great again?
Yeah. With the guy running for Congress or whatever.
yeah. What's his
My
name?
dumbass liberal
Herc's dad.
son. Yeah.
I like Herc.
Yeah.
Besides that he
That quest
tends
was
to,
fun, though.
He tends to blow shit
He
up
fucks
that you don't.
stuff up. And he's dumb. I just love listening to him talk.
Yeah. Him and what's the one lady's name? She's my favorite.
Helicopter lady.
Yeah, where she talks about boning all the people.
She's great.
I like her. She's my favorite.
Well, slap my tits and call me Shirley.
Come and lay some waste. Just drop all that. Oh, that's like there's a ghost in here, but that's just Brady twisting his mic around.
It's all the games that didn't make our top 3.
All right, so game of the year. I mean, if we go by vote, it's going to be Far Cry 5. But,
Oh, I didn't say my tied for first. I haven't played.
oh,
it.
sorry,
Spider-Man.
I was going to say. I was going to guess
I
Spider-Man.
figured it was
the
Spider-Man.
fact that we have an awesome Spider-Man game finally.
That we have an amazing any kind of superhero
Yeah,
game,
for
and
real.
that they can finally go, hey, here's what a good game actually looks like, instead of the garbage that we normally
there's
try to
been
push
like
out.
2 or 3 good ones
Yeah,
up until now, so it's nice
but
to
there's
have
been
my
75
favorite
bad ones.
superhero.
Superman 64.
Ugh.
Is that the one where you have to fly through the rings?
Yeah,
And the
was
city has a health bar.
it's the best.
Yeah, that's.
I think that was kind of cool, but that's about the only cool thing that came out of that one.
And then
the Wolverine game was
Yeah,
good.
the Weapon
There's-
or not Weapon X, but whichever one was like the prequel, where he had the bone claws in the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then Spider-Man PS1.
boner claws.
I hope the fight doesn't last longer than 4 hours. 'Cause he's gonna have to go to the doctor.
Yo, Doc, I got private.
I need you to drain my dick fingers.
their claws.
Oh, I'm choking.
Do they each piss?
Oh yeah. You're like a fire hose.
Oh, even better. He can be like one of those sprinklers that's like goes up and over, so it's just like
Or you could.
Reminds me of the line from the what's that one? This is the end. That one, funny horror movie
Oh, I love that movie.
where he's talking about who jizzed in my magazine. It was me, all right.
I
have
calmed
an
down your magazine.
I have a particularly explosive ejaculate.
So come
Didn't your
wherever I
mom ever
want.
teach you to come in a sock? No, I was raised in a house of women. That was
Come on, you fridge. Come on, you stupid fucking art.
I come wherever I want.
You
That
know,
is my favorite line of that whole
I've never
movie.
seen that movie.
I will
want
have
to
to-
see
Dude,
it
you'd
so
love
bad.
it.
You will.
Jonah Hill gets raped by the devil.
I know.
And then Michael Cera's in the movie. He plays like this awesome badass.
Who
just
gets
fucks all the
super
time.
hypersexual,
Yeah.
where he like slaps her on his butt, and then she slaps him in the face. And he's like, "Oh, it's cool, baby. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay."
It's a far cry from his, hey, but are you alone? Yeah, almost always. In Arrested Development.
Yeah, we'll have to sit down and watch that. It's a hilarious movie.
It's great.
Absolutely comic gold.
If it was on any streaming services.
I'll find it. I have it somewhere.
Oh, you do?
Steal it.
Awesome.
Let's see here. So, game of the year.
I would say Far Cry 5. I'd be okay with it.
I think 30 Nerdy game of the year is Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5.
I remember there wasn't the same fervor about any other game until I would say Horizon 4,
Yep.
and not to the extent of
Yeah. And I do like, even though you two played together, nobody played with me. I just got to sit and chat and hear you guys having all the fun. I would have liked it if they would have had like 3 or 4.
Played with you a few times. Was it only
Yeah.
2-player?
Yeah, it was only 2.
Oh.
I wish it would have been like 4, because that would have been a lot
What
of fun.
are you doing later tonight?
Probably
Play some
Horizon.
Far Cry 5.
He doesn't have it on his.
Yeah, I do. I cleared up space. I downloaded it.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I got the itch. Had to have
Nice.
it. Even if I'm not going to play it, I need it on there. But I think this is where we'll cut it out.
post on our Facebook
Oh,
page.
Cole, I get it.
Hello.
What was your game of the year? And if it was a Persona, don't worry about it.
There's always next year.
I'm joking. I'm sure they're fine games.
Don't listen to Brady. Persona games are great.
You know what I think? We'll have sometime when we actually get this basement finished and I get a TV down here, Brady will do a let's play
No.
of a JRPG.
No, I refuse. I don't
Do it
want-
for the kids.
Pussy.
I don't care. Yeah, I'm pussy because you are what you eat.
No, remember
Actually,
that last
I'd be
episode?
a hot dog and hot pockets.
Pussy mud. Mud pussy.
I hate JRPGs. I hate most media that comes from Japan, except like Godzilla and robot shit.
Well, that's like half of it.
I know.
Quit being such a mud pussy.
No, I hate Japanese games.
No, he wants to be that. That's our.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different tangent. That trying to play, what was it? What game were we supposed to play? Farm
Farming
Simulator
Simulator.
15. AJ didn't play it. I played it for half an hour and I could not. I was too much of a perfectionist. Like I enjoyed it. It was kind of calming.
Yeah.
Just like taking it and sucking down getting your
Jesus, dude.
Just
Taking
taking
it
it
and
and sucking it down.
getting your tractor and just mowing
Yeah.
down the hay or
Yeah.
whatever.
Harvesting it,
Yeah, harvesting. I just hated.
baling the hay.
Well, I just hated because it was annoying having to go and you do a couple lines back and forth, and I couldn't leave anything. Like I couldn't miss anything, so if I did, I had to go back and get it.
Well, you paid for all that. You better
Yeah.
get a good yield.
So I just find myself being super anal retentive on trying to make sure that every little bit of hay or wheat or whatever I was harvesting. So it just got to be too tedious. Where I was like, man, this is not going to be fun.
Imagine that
Just-
being your real job.
well, then I'd be okay with that. But if I'm playing a game,
Do you think
I'm not looking for-
farmers play farmer simulators?
I'm assuming.
They can get like real life strategies.
Do you think that when their in-game farm fails, they also want to commit suicide?
Sad commentary on the state of farming in America.
Yep.
They don't call death buying the farm for no reason.
Support your local farmer by
Donating
getting
to our
rid of Trump
Patreon.
and getting rid of tariffs so that they can sell their
Stuff China again.
yeah.
And
I
with
want to
that,
sell my yield.
with that happy note, our next game that AJ and I will be playing is Senua's Sacrifice Hellblade, or Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
Yep.
And we will at least play 2 hours of that over the month of January.
Okay.
And we will report back at the end of the month that David and JJ did not play it at all.
Well, it's hard for me to play anything.
I'm joking, you dingbat.
It's so hard for me to get
It's so
time to
hard.
play. Do you want me to get hard for you right now?
No.
We got a lot of good sound clips from David.
It's a good thing I'm the one who edits. Can knock out all my own stuff and make you guys sound like the dinguses.
Damn it.
Oh, what's new?
But with this, our game of the year is Far Cry.
5.
And thank you very much. And we hope that you have a wonderful Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful
Happy
time.
New Year.
Hope you had a good time with your family. And if you don't have family, well,
We
we
hope
can
that
be your family.
Yeah.
the crappy uncles that sit in the corner and talk about weird stuff.
Yep.
You're like, well, might as well go talk to him.
Hey there, you ever heard of Ed Kemper?
Oh, my God.
Every time with this.
Bye.
Bye.